Yeah, so when we talk about the fingerprint, we are talking about the patterns that are found on the fingers. They are not only found on the fingers, they are also found in the palm. So we also have palm print. Yeah. So when we say fingerprint, we are talking about the raised portion, or some people will say the heels, and then the depressed portion, and other people will say the valleys. So the hills and the valleys that are found on the fingerprint as a pattern, yeah, that is what is termed as the fingerprint. Other people will see it as the ridges and then the furrows. So we are talking about the ridges and the furrows that are found on the fingers, not only on the fingers but also in the palm. Yeah, it is found on also the toes. It is also found on also the sole, but specifically this one we are talking about the fingers. Yeah. If maybe we get to palm print, we'll be looking at that. We have other prints that can be found in different parts of our bodies. Yeah, we have the lip prints, we have the ear prints, yeah, and then we have other prints that we can find in several parts of our body. But today we are talking specifically about the fingerprint. So we are talking about the ridges and then the furrows that are found on the fingers. These ridges and furrows, yeah, they have components. They are patterns, they are lines that are found on the fingerprint, but inside of them, they have components. Yeah. These components is what is being used in identifying every individual. This component is what makes fingerprint very, very unique. Now, so when we talk about the finger scan, or when we talk about the finger scan technology, we are talking about a technology that helps us to acquire these fingerprints that I am talking about. These ridges and furrows, these hills and valleys that are found on the fingers, which contain components which makes us unique. We are talking about a technology that we can use to collect this print in order to use it to resolve an identification or a verification. Am I good with this? Can we go ahead? Or there is something that I have to repeat?
All good, sir.
Okay, yeah. So a technology that will help us to, collect these prints, the technology that will help us to process this print and make it more refined, because there are several things that are also collected in addition to collecting of this print. Okay, so the technology that will help us collect it, the technology that will help us refine it, and the technology that will help us to use it to make a comparison. This technology is what we are terming as a fingerprint scan, or a fingerprint scan technology. Yeah. The technology is made up of several components. Yeah. We have talked about this, which is the image acquisition component. We have the image processing component. I will talk about the template generation component, the matching component, and then the storage component. The storage component is what is being termed as the database component. So when the fingerprint is acquired, the fingerprint is processed. The fingerprint is these distinct structures that are present inside the fingerprint are extracted, and then they are being refined, and then they are being saved. I have already talked about this, that when I have already talked about this, that they are databased or they are saved because we want to make a comparison between it and another print that, for example, we can find at the crime scene. Or if we are talking about making identification, then obviously, yeah, you can, if you found a print at the crime scene, you can bring it and then run it in the database and see whether you make an identification. Other than that, also, for example, if there is a particular access that has to be given to a particular person, like let's say banks has started using fingerprint, yeah, to access ATM machines and other things. So, for example, if a bank want to identify or a bank want to verify that you are the owner of indeed this account, your fingerprint can be scanned, and then the registers are extracted from it, and then it is compared into what is in their database, and now access will be given to you. Yeah. So the technology has a part for image acquisition, it has a part for image processing, it has a part for template generation, and it has a part for matching, and it also has another part for storage. Yeah. So in the image acquisition, yeah, we have always seen the fingerprint technology before because of voting, application of driving licenses, application of passports, application for national identification card, access to Senate and other things. Yeah, I am sure we have all seen the fingerprint equipment before. Who has not seen it before? Have we all seen it before?
Yes.
Okay, so you know what the platen is, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. If you know what the platen is, then that is easy. So in the image acquisition process, we have what is called the platen. Yeah, the platen is the scanning part, yeah, of the image acquisition hardware. Yeah. So that part is going to scan the fingerprint ridges that has made contact to the platen. The platen can be made up of several materials. It can be made up of glasses, it can be made up of plastics, it can be made of silicone, and then it can be made of some other polymers also. So the part in which you place your hand or you make contact with your fingerprints to the equipment is what is called the platen. That is the exact place where the fingerprint is being, that is the portion where the equipment scans all the fingerprints, and now what it has scanned, for example, if there are debts trapped inside the furrows are the valleys. If there are debts or there is water or there is sweat or there is any foreign material trapped inside these furrows, the fingerprint equipment, the processing component has to strip off all these things, all these foreign agents, so that the raw ridges will be, databased. I have talked about how these things work earlier. I talked about it earlier. Okay. And let me show you guys in the processing stage how it happened. Can you guys see the screen? Can you see the image that is found inside your micro content? Can you guys see the fingerprint image?
I can't.
Yes.
see it, sir.
Yeah. Can everybody see it?
Yeah, we can. From my end, I can see where it's the raw image, ridges, solution, thin ridges.
Okay, yeah. So if you look at the raw image, the ridges, if you look at the raw image, there are other things that has been trapped inside the portion that is white. If you look at the first one and the second one. Somebody's not joining. Yeah, so welcome, Bojosi. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Hello, Bojosi. Can you hear me? Hello? Your speaker is not good. You have to work on it, please. Yeah. So if you look at the raw image and then you look at the isolation image, there are a lot of foreign agents that are located in the raw image. Sometimes these foreign agents are also created due to the image acquisition process. It is not everything that is dirt or oil or food or something. Yeah. Sometimes it is a lighting problem. Okay. So in the process of scanning, a lot of things happen, and this creates so much noise in the fingerprint scan that has been scanned. So it has to be worked upon so that all those things will be eliminated, and now the ridges will be found actually. Are you guys there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So further, the ridge isolation, now we have raw, and then we have isolated to ridge, and we are further processing it so that we can see the distinct features. After the raw isolation, we are thinning the ridges so that the distinct features, the bifurcations that are here. Can you guys see this? The crossovers, the bifurcation, the ridge ending, so that the distinct features that are present inside, those ones can be identified. I hope you guys are there and you guys are following.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the process okay. So our main aim of doing the image acquisition and then image processing is because we want to arrive at a thin ridge which is able to give us an opportunity to see the ridges. The main target is the distinct features, the minutiae. Okay, so the process of acquiring, the process of processing, all is aimed towards getting a thin ridge which provide us an opportunity to see the distinct features that we want to use to make identification or verification. So when you talk about the fingerprint scan, it is all about this. Now, when you reach the distinct features or the thin ridges, which is able to provide you with the distinct features, that is what is being databased. And you guys give me 1 minute, let me come. Yeah, so thank you guys. I was supposed to, I went to find some water to drink. I hope you guys are there. Okay. Yeah, Simpiwi, how are you? I think I'm not seeing you. Simpiwi, can you hear me? Simpiwi. Santeri, can you hear me? Mr. Banks, are you there? Mr. Richard, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm here. We are here.
Okay.
I can hear you, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah. Yeah, so we have talked about the scanning phase where you have to make contact with the platen, and then the platen will scan the ferrules and then the ridges, and then it will be processed from raw to isolated, ridges, and then further to thin ridges, so that opportunity to see the distinct features, which are called the minutiae, comes to light. So the distinct features, I would like you guys to have time, Google some of these things and then look at them. Okay, yeah. So when we finally arrive at the thin ridges, these thin ridges is what is being stored in the database. I have said that already. Now, when it comes to template, the template creation stage, it is the thin ridges that is used in creating the template which is being stored in the database. It is the same thin ridges. Now, in the template creation stage, there are several ways of doing that, depending on specification of the particular country that you are in. So, for example, when the thin ridges finally is stored in the database, for every identification or every verification, you guys should listen to this. I hope you guys are there.
Yeah, we are here.
So for the template creation, every country has its own way of doing that. When the templates are created, when finally we arrive at the thin ridges, for example, in Ghana, we have in our system that at least there should be 12 points. What is used in calculating it are called points. The points we are talking about here are the distinct features, the minutiae, the distinct characteristics that identify a particular ridge. That is what is being called here as a point. So, for example, before a fingerprint database will be before a fingerprint ridge will be database, it should have more than 12 features, so that when we are making an identification, because when we are making an identification or a verification, the enrolling print must not also have less than 12 points. Because it must not have less than 12 points, the template that is stored in the database must not also have less than 12 points. So in Ghana, we use at least 12 of these distinct features in making an identification. When these 12 distinct features between the database template and then the enrolling template, when 12 of them is identified in each, then we can say that this fingerprint is identical. A situation whereby there are 12 points, there are several points in the database, and then there is 11 points from the enrolling template, that one cannot be accepted as a fingerprint that is similar. So the enrolling features should have at least 12. And that is matched with the database template in order for you to say that there is a match or there is an identification. I don't know whether it is the same in Botswana or Namibia. Is somebody have an idea? Mr. Kebalu, Mr. Kebal, oh, he's not here. Okay, he's not here. Okay. So is anybody have an idea of the amount of minutiae that is supposed to, that we are supposed to have between the enrolling template and then the system and the database template? Is somebody having an idea? Do you know? In Botswana? How many points do you need? Senteri, do you know that? Imulungisi, do you know that? If you don't know,
I don't have any ideas, sir.
yeah, if you don't know, say you don't know, that's fine. Yeah. We are
I don't know, sir,
yeah.
but then we are not in Botswana, we're in Eswatini.
Okay, okay, but some people are in Botswana. That is why I was referring to. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Mr. Barnes, do you know? Mr. Banks, you were saying something.
Yeah, I think I'm from Botswana. For Botswana, I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's something that I can research on.
Okay. Okay, fine. So in Ghana, the database template, if it is the points are less than 12, you cannot store it as a database template. Yeah, it must be 12 or more because the incoming enrolled templates must have at least 12 points or at least 12 distinct features in order for you to say that yes, indeed, there is an identification or there is a verification. If we do not have 12 points between the database template and the enrolling template, then no, we cannot say that these fingerprints, they match. So in the matching process, this is what happens. We match template against template, and then we match the whole fingerprint against the whole finger. When I say for whole fingerprint, I am talking about the gross identification. For example, if you look at figure 4.7, can you guys see it?
Yes, I can see it.
So if you guys, let me show you guys something. I think, let me get a very good picture and share the screen for you guys to see. Good. I want a comprehensive picture. Can you guys see the screen? Hello, can you guys see the screen?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, we can see it.
Can you guys see what I'm trying to Google?
Yes, sir. You can see the screen.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So, okay. You can still see the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I say we match fingerprint, the whole fingerprint is, I just mean the gross identification. The gross identification identify the whole fingerprint as maybe a hole, an arch, a tinted arch, a loop, or an accident, or whatever. So for example, if you take the second picture, which is the simplest fingerprint that we can have, it is called an arch. It means it will enter the fingerprint, enter from one side, which is mostly the left side, and exit from one side, which is the right side. In the process of exiting, it moves up and then waves down. Or you can say it waves up and then waves down. So the overview picture or the overview identification of the fingerprint is what I was saying, that we match the whole fingerprint. So now when I come to this picture, can you guys see inside the micro content figure 4.7, can you guys see this?
Yes.
So what type of fingerprint is this? 4.7. This is an arch. Okay? This is an arch because it is moving from one side and then exiting from the other side. Unfortunately, this fingerprint is not well scanned. It is only the tip of the finger that has been scanned. So the whole fingerprint is not being seen. Yeah. So
hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Just a question. Maybe I just want to understand why, because this is an arc fingerprint. Why do we say it is moving from the left hand side to the right side rather than the opposite?
Okay, so you can describe it. The description or the definition is not restricted like that. Okay, you can also define it by saying the fingerprint is moving from the right side to the left side. When we have, for example, we have a normal arch and then we have a tented arch. When it is moving from either right side or left side, and then it heals up, the heel becomes very, very sharp on top. That becomes a tented one. But if the healing is not that much raised, that becomes a normal arch. So the definition or the description is not restricted to, for example, one side. When you are defining a loop, loops normally enter from one side and then exit through the same side. They don't exit from the opposite side, which is the left, which is the right. Are you there? Hello?
Okay.
Yeah. So we normally say one side because it makes the description very easy. When you are describing fingerprint as a whole, it is being imagined that a square or a rectangle has been drawn around it. So there are situations where some of the ridges may be missed, and then we do what is called ridge tracing. You fill up the ridges for it so that you can identify the overall pattern very well. Are you there? Are you okay with my explanation, or I need to say it in other form?
No, I understand. It's understandable now.
Oh, okay.
I just thought that maybe there's a way that it's been defined when you address it, like it to start from the left and then moving up and then down to the right.
Okay.
So I was just wondering if maybe is there any how there's a differentiator other than that definition.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay. Yeah. So that is it. Yeah. So let's go back to the micro content. Yeah, the image template. So the matching, we're talking about the matching. Yeah. So basically, when you are matching, the first thing is you match the whole fingerprint to the whole fingerprint, because obviously an arch cannot be matched with a hole, or a hole cannot be matched with a loop. No, a loop must be matched with a loop, and then a hole must be matched with a hole. Okay, that is mostly the first algorithms that are placed to categorize the fingerprint in the database. Yeah, it is done like that so that what happens, let me go back to you guys. Yeah. Why is it that in the database we categorize fingerprint? Who can give me 1 or 2 reasons why you have to categorize the fingerprints into their various classifications, so that we don't put everything together? We put horse, we put loops, we put arches, we put everything together in the database. Why don't we put everything together, but when we are storing it, we categorize them? Why? Who can tell me?
I think for easy identification.
Okay, easy identification. Okay, and what else? There is one important point that I want one of you to mention. Simfiri. Hello, Simfiri. Can you hear me? Yeah, Mr. Richard, are you there? I think it helps organize work well. Okay, organization. Yeah, who else? Somebody is talking?
Let me try.
Okay.
The question says, why is, can you please repeat the question, sir?
When we are storing the fingerprint in the fingerprint database, yeah, we group them into arches. We group arches together into maybe, for example, one file, and then we group horse together in one file, and then we group accident together in one file, and then we can also group loops together in one file. Why do we do these things? So that in the enrollment template, if it is a hall, the system is able to identify it and match it to the hall, and not match it to all the fingerprint. Why?
I'm trying, sir. Okay. I think the purpose for doing that is so that the fingerprint scanner can compare and give it maybe a threshold value to grant access or anything that has to do with access.
Yes, obviously when you run it through the database, definitely if the enrollment template is already in the database, there will be a verification. Yes, obviously access will be granted. But there is one key reason why we group them. I want somebody to tell me, Simfiwi, you are not minding me these days. Why? Are you there? Who can tell me that? There is one key point. Yeah. There is one key point I want somebody to mention. Yeah, the organization, yeah. Fatela, what you said is true. Yeah, it's organization. Yeah, but there is one key point that I want you guys, somebody should tell me. Okay, so for faster identification, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So for faster identification, you know, when we have to run the fingerprint in the whole database, it will take time. Yeah. So we just run it in each category, and then we are able to make identification very, very fast. Yeah. So that is it. Yeah. So I want to end the lecture here. Yeah, but I want to ask you guys again, how was your quiz? Was it fine? What went wrong? You have to tell me so that I can put those. I can implement
that one.
Yes. I can implement it in your, maybe something where, see, one thing that you guys, you have to know and also bear with us is we are also humans. We also sometimes genuinely make mistakes. Okay? I am not saying there is a mistake in the question, but you have to, yeah, you guys, you have to also know this. I am saying this because I want you guys to give me your genuine feedbacks. Okay? so that it can be implemented in your next question. So give me your genuine feedback. Maybe the difficult level was too high, and then some people were saying the system was refusing to mark some of the questions for them. So I want to hear these things, okay? So that next time when I'm giving you another set of questions, these things can be checked on and it can be worked on. Because these exams, I know, the difficult level is very, very high. It is a general exams, but for you to be able to score a very, very good marks, it means you would have read so much. I know. Yeah. So please give me your genuine feedbacks. How was it? So that I can implement it next time. Yeah, Mr. Banks, you wanted to talk.
Yes, it was a good, for me, this was a good assessment. I think it was challenging, though when you look at some questions, like you said, maybe there could be some system issues, or there was some error from when it was set, because some answers I couldn't understand why we will get 0 or when it was marked. Yeah. So for me, it was a good exercise, and I think maybe we should have more of those exercises.
Yeah, this is a very challenging one. You may think it is easy, but you click it and then the answer is wrong. I know. I really took my time to increase the difficult level. Some of them are pretty straightforward. Yeah, you can get it. But some of them, yeah, you provide the answer and it is not that one. Yeah. Yeah. So apart from Mr. Banks, who else? Please talk, because I have seen low marks. I have checked the marks. Some of them are too low. So please talk so that I can implement it in your things can be better. Because the general performance is not good. To be frank with you, the general performance is not good. Yeah, which means reading is down. Reading is down, yeah. Yeah, Sentewi, you wanted to talk. And Simfiwi, talk. Your mic, you are touching it. I can see it. Simfiwi, talk. Yeah, I'm listening.
Problems with the
You said?
system not marking some of the questions. We had problems with the system not marking some of the questions, especially the handwritten ones.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's still yet to mark them, or that's why we kept getting low scores.
Okay, so the system was refusing to
overall
mark. Okay.
Yes.
But when you
overall it was
Okay, let me hear you. Yeah.
It was a challenging but doable assessment.
Okay.
It was just that challenge, yes, and the time was just too short.
yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
That's correct. Time.
Yeah, if I give you a lot of time, you guys will read on Google and provide the answers. I know. Yeah, I was even anticipating. I wanted to even give 20 minutes so that one question will be 1 minute. But I was thinking, yeah, maybe that is too much for you guys. Yeah, because I know you also have some other responsibilities, that takes much of your time. Yeah, that takes much of your, yeah. So, yeah, Sentawi, did you wanted to speak, or that's fine? Yeah.
No, they've already mentioned some of the problems I faced, so the time and the system not marking the other questions.
Okay, yeah. The time, that one, yeah, that one there is no problem with it. That one I did it myself, yeah. Because when I give you guys too much time, yeah, you will copy, you will read answers from Google and then, yeah. But this exercise is supposed to be a general exercise, testing your ability to texting that whether you are reading that much or not. Yeah, so but the system not marking and all that, I will check on that. And then we are also going to let me call you in 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. The system not marking, that one will be checked, and we are going to also discuss all the questions one by one so that you know. Yeah, after discussing, if there is something that you got correct and it was not marked, you draw my attention. Yeah, I just add the marks for you here. There is no problem with that. Yeah. I hope that is fine. Okay. Yeah. So if okay, Richard, Mr. Richard, I've seen you. Yeah, okay, yeah. So if there is nothing more from you guys, yeah, I want to end here, and then we can meet another time. Maybe we have to meet next week. I will tell you guys so that we discuss the questions, because we're supposed to discuss the questions today. And then from here, now your lecture is going to be based on what you don't understand. Yeah. You come, what you don't understand, then we address it. Because you know the nature of this distance thing. Yeah, you are supposed to be reading what you don't understand. We come to class, we discuss it. Yeah, it is not everything that we are going to deal one by one, because that one cannot be done. That is why the micro content has been prepared for you guys. So you guys, please make some time and read. From now, I'm going to be checking the hours, the number of hours, and I'm going to be writing you guys emails. Yeah, the number of hours you guys are visiting the blackboard and reading chapters, so that I can watch that, and then when we come to class, it is going to be based on what you don't understand. If there is a particular chapter you don't understand or something, then we discuss that. I hope everything is fine. We can go. Is everything okay? Okay. Okay, okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, see you.
See you.
Okay, so if we meet next week, I'll let you guys know. To discuss the questions, I'll let you guys know. It depends on my schedule though. Yeah. So see you guys. Bye.
Good night.
Okay. Okay, good night.
Bye-bye.
Okay, okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay.